Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. Today we're going to be doing a style lessons I've learnt in my 30s so far video. I've been a bit reflective on my style recently and I'm still kind of trying to find my way and find what really is me to the core, but there are definitely some lessons that I've learned along the way and I thought it would just be fun to share some of those with you. So here are 10 style lessons I've learnt in my 30s. If you're excited for the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and without further ado, let's get into lesson number 1. The first thing I've learnt is to not buy in to trends. This is just me personally, but I have bought into trends in the past and a year later or even 6 months later, I look at the item that I've bought and I think, am I realistically going to wear this again? 9 times out of 10, the answer is actually no. So I have to sell that item, and it was a complete waste of money and also just a waste of space in my wardrobe. So I personally don't buy into trends anymore. I go for a more classic style, but we'll come on to that a bit later. Number 2 is that more isn't necessarily more. And by this, I have 100% refined my wardrobe, so much so that I don't have a very big wardrobe at all. I have a minimal, very workable day-to-day wardrobe that I can go into, I can pick things out of, I wear things on repeat all of the time, and I don't feel like I have to buy new things all of the time, or not even new things, just buying things all of the time. I feel like instead I focus more on key items and I avoid buying loads and loads of things, because at the end of the day I tend to wear the same things on repeat anyway, and I feel like that's absolutely fine. And this brings me on to number 3, which is rewearing clothes, rewearing outfits. I am 100% an outfit repeater, and I am not ashamed to admit it. I love it when I find an outfit that I feel comfortable in, I feel confident in, and I will wear that over and over again. What I might do is switch up some accessories, I might switch up a bag, I might switch up a pair of shoes depending on the season, but actually I tend to rewear the same things multiple times, and it really makes my wardrobe work harder for me, and it avoids me trying to have to find new outfits every single day when I already know what I love. The next thing, number 4, is a little bit more niche and specific, but I think one style rule that I've learned, and that, to be honest with you, I think I'm never gonna change from, is logos and branding on products. I used to love a big bold gold logo. I loved hardware, chunkier hardware that had initials of the brand on, and I would love it if, for example, I had a pair of sunglasses and you could see Dior or something on them. I used to love that, but now I definitely go for things that are more minimal, that are more understated. If I'm looking for a bag, sunglasses, shoes, I like things to be quite plain. I like things to be finished really nicely, but I don't like to see branding or logos. I think it just makes the pieces a bit more timeless and classic, in my opinion, and logos everywhere are something that I definitely avoid now. The thing I would say is to invest in staple pieces. This might sound really boring if you're the kind of person who loves to shop, you love fashion, you love clothes, and you're kind of a magpie drawn to certain pieces that you end up purchasing. Me personally, when I turned 30, I looked into my wardrobe and I realised that actually what I wanted to do was invest more money in quality basics that are going to see me through season on season. I'm going to wear them time and time again, and I'm going to feel more elevated in them, rather than spending £12 on a pair of trousers that I'm going to get 6 wears out of. They might get a hole in it, they might become a little bit frayed. Instead of buying those £12 pair of trousers that are probably made from a cheaper material, I'm going to save my money and I'm going to invest in better quality clothing. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean more expensive clothing, but it means investing in fabrics that are not those typically synthetic or cheaper looking fabrics. They are fabrics that are going to last a little bit longer, and I feel like that way investing in those basics basics, you are going to get longevity out of them. You're going to get more cost per wear because you're going to have those items in your wardrobe for a really, really long time. And this brings me on to the next point, which is paying more attention to the fabric composition of clothes. Previously, definitely in my 20s, I was more concerned with what the print of the clothes was. I was more concerned with how the clothes looked, and I was more concerned with the price, i.e. what I could afford. I honestly didn't really pay attention to the fabric composition. I pretty much, I would say, bought the majority of my clothes in 100% polyester and other synthetic fabrics, and not only is this damaging for the environment, actually you're not going to feel as elevated and great in those items either. There is 100% a place for polyester, and I'm not knocking it at all, but for me personally, I didn't necessarily pay attention to the fabrics, and instead now I am much more conscious of the label. So my favourite fabrics are probably cotton and linen. They are definitely the fabrics that I wear the most and that I feel the most comfortable in, and I feel like it really shows in the quality of clothing as well when you start to invest in those more premium fabrics, although they do come with a higher price as well, which does make them slightly unattainable, which does make me really frustrated because I think everybody should be able to access clothes that are beautifully made and that are made from really lovely natural materials. Instead, the fast fashion world has just made polyester so easily accessible and therefore so cheap, but I personally do like to have a look at the fabric labels now, and I am much more of a conscious consumer. Another thing that I have definitely begun doing more in my 30s is investing in my accessories. I like to have a good staple basic wardrobe that I can jazz up essentially with accessories, and I am definitely investing more in good quality earrings, jewellery, handbags, and probably shoes as well, to be honest. I haven't necessarily spent too much money on shoes and invested too much in them, but bags and jewellery, 100%, I have definitely spent more time and money investing in them because, again, they are timeless things that will see me through the whole of my 30s, my 40s, into my 50s. You know, they are things that I'm gonna have in my wardrobe for a really long time. I'm happy to focus more of my money on those things rather than just buying in new trend items that are being circulated. I like to invest in those classic accessories that will see me through years to come. Another thing I've learned about my style and style generally in my 30s is to wear what makes you feel great and not to worry what everybody else is wearing. For example, I personally have a body type where when I wear things that are slightly higher neck, they're not necessarily the most flattering on my shape, yet I see so many other people online wearing gorgeous high neck tanks and beautiful things like that, and I would love to wear those things, but actually they don't look great on my body shape. So instead I go for things like V-necks, I go for open necks, I go for boat necks, things like that that will make me feel more confident and that will actually flatter my body shape. So that's what I'm saying, is to kind of realise what suits you, makes you feel the most comfortable, and ignoring kind of the noise about what may or may not be trending, and avoid buying things just because you see it on somebody else. It doesn't mean that it's going to work for you or your body shape or your complexion, all of those things. So really focus on what works for you and just enjoy wearing what you love and ignore everybody else. Something that works for me personally, and something that I've definitely been doing more of recently, is making myself feel great through my clothes by choosing things that I otherwise used to think, oh, I can't wear that on a Tuesday because that's a going out top, or I can't wear this pair of trousers on a Wednesday because that's for best. Instead of saving things for best or saving things for an occasion, wear those items every single day, because at the end of the day, you are wearing things every single day that probably aren't making you feel your best, but why not wear those things that you have purchased for that special occasion and you feel amazing in? Wear those every single day. They don't They don't need to be saved for best. At the end of the day, you buy things to wear them, so why buy this amazing pair of shoes that you're going to wear twice a year when you could wear them every single week and feel amazing in them? Clothes and fashion should be enjoyed, they should be worn. At the end of the day, when you're stepping out of the house, you should feel great about yourselves, and every single person deserves to feel great about themselves. So why not treat yourself by wearing those special pieces on the daily rather than saving them for special occasions? And the final thing I think I've learned is that style is constantly evolving. My personal style is constantly evolving. I feel like I found the foundation of my style. I've invested in some quality basics, and I'm definitely much more of a minimal style girl. But having said that, I do love a print, I love an accessory. I'm not so much a fan of bright bold colours, but I do like to add kind of twists to my outfit to make them feel a bit more like me, and that will continue to evolve, and I will continue to play with my style throughout my 30s. I think it's great to still experiment, and I feel like that stops you getting stuck in a bit of a style rut when you push your style boundaries and you bring new things into your style that you wouldn't necessarily have considered, which actually makes you feel more like you. So that's going to go ahead and conclude today's video. I really hope you found it useful, interesting, you've enjoyed learning about my style. Let me know your style tips and things that you've learnt along the way about your own personal style. I would love to know. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big old thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, feel free to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for new videos from me every single week, and I'll see you really soon for the next one. Bye!